Shane Gloury joins me now. Shane, firstly, welcome to On Loose Lines Live, although this is a pre-record on a Sunday night, but thank you very much for joining me, mate.
No worries, Paul. Always good to have a chat to you.
I love chatting to you. You do a lot of things behind the scenes, and if ever I need anything, I know you're always very good to help. So when I see some good stories, I like to catch up there. Yourself and your wife, Susan, but doesn't go by Susan Gloury either. We must bring that up with her one time. But Susan Hunter, you had a very, very good winner on a very cold, wintry night at Kilmore on Thursday night just gone with Partytime.
Yeah, it was good that Partytime broke through for his first win. We've had him now for 6 runs, and by and large, we were fairly happy with him, and he's certainly shown us enough at home to indicate that a win wasn't too far away. But like everything, it's always good when they go out there and put their best foot forward. And we were very surprised to see him charge out of the gate and find the front, and he just kept running. So, very, very good. Sue's done a really, really good job with this horse. He'd had a few starts before we got him, but he was doing things wrong, and he had a few quirks, and Sue's managed by and large to help sort through them. And he did everything right on Thursday night and made every post a winner for a good win. And hopefully it won't be his last win.
I don't think so, the way he went. Rod Lakey drove him an absolute treat. 32 down the back. I love it. Stack them up as slow as you can down the back straight. Don't try and run these fast quarters. So big tick to Rodney for that. But you said they're a little bit hard horse to manage. Being out of dizzy interest in itself is dangerous. Being by Majestic Sun, and I know Susan's got a very strong tie there with Alabar, and I like the Majestic Suns, but it's a dangerous combination, isn't it?
It is, and out of a Yankee Spider mare as well. So you kind of throw all that together. Look, the ironic thing is he's a beautiful horse at home. He's as quiet. He's a very gentle horse. He's not a handful at all at home. He's just a very, very good horse to be around. I'd be more than happy to put my 6-year-old daughter, on his back, so to speak. He's just a really nice, natured horse. But no, look, he goes to the races and he can get a little bit nervous, and you're not 100% sure what he's going to do. But look, in fairness to him, outside of one run for us at Bendigo, where he galloped for a long way and subsequently got disqualified, and that was fair enough. He's done everything else right in all of his other runs for us. So we can't. We've got nothing to complain about the horses. The horses going well, and Sue's done a really good job with him so far.
Just past the winning post with a lap to go, he was going around that home turn, and I was just looking at him and I'm thinking, put the yellow sulky on him and the yellow aching colours, and he was just going like mum. Like that's how mum used to race. I had a couple of mares at the same time. We used to race those, and Spider Girl and the likes, and Dizzy could really get out and get going like that. And she was a very, very capable mare herself. They're great to watch, those horses, but imagine as trainer and owner in your boat, it's very nerve-wracking as well.
Yeah, look, we were just always with him. We're just keen to make sure that he just continues to do everything right, and he just keeps trotting. So, it's probably a bit harsh on him. As I said, he's had now 6 starts for us, and we took him to the trials a couple of times, and there's only been one time that he's galloped. So, look, he's trotting well. He doesn't look like he's gonna break, but certainly Thursday night he was keen to run, and Rod indicated coming back to scale. He felt as though he could have gone quite a bit quicker as well, but he just obviously wanted to make sure that he had something left in the tank, for the last 400. But no, the horse pulled up very well, and as I said, hopefully it won't be his last win.
It was a good week for Rod Lakey, actually, because he had a winner at Charlton that he trained and drove himself as well, and we need people like Roddy in the sport. He left the sport for a long time, but he's come back and offers a lot, and it's great to see him winning, and it's great to see you and Sue supporting him too.
No, look, I didn't know Rod really that well from he was obviously out of the game for a long time, but I actually saw Rod on your program, when he came back, probably about this time, a bit over 12 months ago, and I was impressed that I was impressed with his attitude and how he spoke, and I suppose his work ethic. And so we had a situation earlier on the year where we were looking for a driver on, one of our other horses. And I said to Sue, why don't you give Rod a go? Rod had a couple of other drivers at the meeting, and we were looking for a drive. So we put Rod on. He did a good job, and he drives most of ours now. So But no, Rod's a good fella. He's good around the horses, very kind to them. And yeah, he's keen to make the most of every opportunity, and we're certainly happy to give him that opportunity. And he's done a really, really good job with this horse. So he's helped get this horse's confidence back. Yeah, and we saw him certainly put his best foot forward on Thursday night.
He natural lightweight as well. Like there's nothing to him. He actually is one of these unique people. He actually looks taller in the sulky than what he actually is. Like there's not much to him at all, is there?
No, he's certainly. Well, I remember, when he was on your show, he indicated that, yeah, when he was young, he was thinking about being a jockey, and you can tell why. He's certainly not, for someone that's probably a similar age to us, and it's fair to say, well, I know in the case of in recent years, I've been in a good paddocks. I know that Rod Lakey hasn't been, so no, you're right, definitely a natural lightweight. Horses do run well for him, and no, I find him a very capable and underrated driver, and I think there's a lot of owners and trainers out there that could do a lot worse than put Rod Lakey on. And yeah, hopefully with the week that he's had, hopefully he'll get a few more opportunities, because no, he can drive, and he's got a very good work ethic, and I know he's determined to succeed in his comeback to the sport.
Right, mate. I quite often, like a few people, reach out to you. Want a promotion, want some money, want some sponsorship, and all the rest. I don't want anything. I probably will one day. I'll probably call in on it at another stage. COVID, all businesses get knocked around big time by COVID, but golf courses, for some reason, seem to get well and truly smashed as far as the amount of people that you're allowed to have on a golf course compared to other venues and the likes. One, how has it been, and where are you situated right at the minute with the golf club? A Rich River Golf Club too, and I apologise for forgetting that part.
No, that's okay, mate. No, Rich River Golf Club on the Moama side of Echuca Moama. So yeah, no, there it is. Look, it's been a very interesting last 15 months, Paul. Obviously, as well as having 36 holes of golf, we've got 64 motel units. We've got a gaming room, big food and beverage operation, function rooms. So lots of different aspects to our business. And COVID was a difficult year last year. There was a compulsory shutdown, at least for the club operation. And then we had large chunks of last year whereby, the Victoria-New South Wales border was closed. Initially, the New South Wales government closed it when Victoria had some problems. And then it wasn't until later on, or around about New Year's Eve, where the Victorian state government closed it for a few weeks. So when you've got essentially a business that relies on tourism and hospitality, and your main market's in Melbourne, and you've got border closures and a range of restrictions, it makes it very, very difficult. Fortunately, we got some federal government subsidies through JobKeeper, so that enabled us to survive, and we got through last year. Since things have opened up, probably in about mid to late January, trade's been really, really strong, which has been great. Lots of people are making up for lost time from last year. So yeah, visitation to Echuca Moama has been very strong, and also visitation to our club's been very strong. So now look, at the moment where, our numbers so far this year have been very good, but we are a little bit nervous as we speak at the moment, because obviously, the Victorian government has introduced a range of restrictions based on, some of the problems they've got up in Sydney. And we're just hoping that they will at least keep the border open, particularly with school holidays now here and for the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, we're just hoping that, the Victorian government certainly doesn't close the border again, or alternatively that they virtually make it the fence for anyone from, Victoria or outside the border bubble to travel into New South Wales, if that makes sense. So, yeah, we just hope that the restrictions stay where they are and they don't get any more severe. But it is out of our control, and we'll just have to abide by whatever rules there are.
Funny thing, isn't it? Like, I rang you during the week and said about doing this interview, and it wasn't really a concern. And then in the space of about 3 days, it's escalated. But that does happen, and it will continue to happen. There's no problems there with COVID. It's not going anywhere for the short term and the foreseeable future. But it's imperative that people patronise clubs like yourselves, instead of saying going to Queensland's Whit Sundays and all the rest, although it would be really nice right about now. I've got no worries there at all. We need to be able to keep local, because you employ local people in the Echuca area, and a lot of people around Echuca and Moama. I shouldn't say just Echuca, but Echuca and Moama. You employ a lot of staff, and we need a business like yours prospering for the economy to keep ticking over and keep revolving, basically.
Yeah, no, you're right. Look, we're a big player in the Echuca Moama economy. We employ about 170 staff. Like you said, the greater majority of them are local. In saying that, we do have some staff that come from, as far afield as Shepparton and even Bendigo. We've got a couple of staff that drive all the way up from Bendigo. Look, Echuca Moama, it's a fantastic part of the world. We've got a great climate. We've got a magnificent township. There's plenty of things to do in Echuca Moama. And it's certainly a great holiday destination. And, even though COVID's been a difficult time, the fact that people at the moment can't travel overseas and a lot of people are reluctant to travel, certainly to places like Queensland and WA where they seem trigger happy as far as border closures go. So, travelling up to the Murray River region for a short trip away. Certainly a lot of people are doing it at the moment and are getting a lot of enjoyment out of it. And it's easy to understand why when you live up here.
Absolutely. You don't want to see him at the minute because I don't think he lives in one of the better places. But Sooty and the likes, you want those guys back there though, don't you? They were there, I think it was Echuca Cup time, which was January, but we want to try and get as many harness people. If you want to have a couple of days away, get in the car, go to Echuca, go stay at the Rich River Golf Club. You'll get looked after. There's not a worry there in the world.
Yeah, no, look, fortunately, we do have a number of harness racing people that do come up here as part of various groups and that type of thing. And we have, we partnered up with the VHRC this year, and also Sooty was involved in promoting that to have, a weekend away that coincided with the Echuca Cup. We branded it. A weekend away in Echuca, I think, or something along those lines. But that was good. That's only going to go from strength to strength, and I can see in a few years' time when we continue to run that with the VHRC and we get the support of, Ben Stud Standardbreds have come on board. Hopefully we can get Alabar to come on board, and I'm sure that the Echuca Harness Club will continue to support it. So that'll be a very, very good weekend away. We do get lots of visitors that, that do come up to the club. There's quite a number of people out there that do enjoy playing golf that's in the harness racing industry. And, there's regulars that we do run into at Rich River, that's for sure. And in fact, just in a couple of weeks' time, we've got Trots Clubs Victoria that are having their conference at Rich River. So Carl Cody and Paul Rouse, they've been in contact with me going back a few months ago, and they were keen for a conference venue. And so they put the feelers out, and we're delighted to be able to host them at Rich River. And I'm sure that the 60 or 70 delegates that will be there will all have a good time, and I'm sure it'll be a good conference for them.
Make sure you have some sunscreen on hand for Carl. If he forgets that hat, he is in all sorts of trouble. There's no problems there. If you don't play golf, still go and stay at the Rich River Golf Club. There's stacks to do in Rochi. Well, Rochi's on the way through, but Echuca and Moama, there is plenty there to do. Shane, thank you very much, mate. I always appreciate you giving me the time. And when I saw Party on and I saw your little posts, I thought I'm going to have a quick chat to you because I really appreciate what you do for harness racing. You still love the sport, even though you're not directly involved, although you are on the committee at Shepparton as well, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, look, I had Ian McDonald and also Chris Hazelman late last year. They asked if I'd like to come on board and jump on the committee at Shepparton. So I said yes. So that's it's good to get involved at that level. And I don't feel like I've contributed much at the moment, but hopefully we can change that in the months and years ahead. And certainly enjoying my involvement from an owner and the hands-on aspect. I'm out at the stables most mornings helping Sue. There's certain things I'm allowed to do and a number of things that I'm not allowed to do. But anyway, we're working on that. But really just enjoying the ownership aspect. And we've got a few brood mares that we're breeding from. And it's great to be involved, racing and breeding a few and learning a few things at the same time. Absolutely. There is one thing you're definitely allowed to do. You're allowed to do the interviews. One day I will get Sue. Don't worry about that. She might be listening. I will get her one day. But I think well done. She does a great job with a small team and not high profile horses. They're generally not, the ones people would walk over hot coals to get. So I think she does a really, really good job with them, mate. Thank you very much. Make sure you get to the Rich River Golf Club. But thank you, Shane. You're always a ripper, and thank you very much. And good luck with Party on in the future. I'm going to keep barracking. I want to see him getting out in front and rolling along like he does. I love it. So it's great, mate. So thank you very much for your time, buddy. Yeah, no worries, Paul. Always good to talk to you, mate. Anytime.